The Berenstain Bears Valentine Love Bug by Mike Berenstain. Look at the hearts in the picture. There's a heart here. Oh, they have them in her hair. See, she has it on her veil. She has a heart in her hair. She has a heart in her hair. The cubs were warm and cozy by the fire, too. Brother was sorting baseball cards and dreaming of spring. Honey was seeing how much she could stack her blocks. Sister was making valentines for the upcoming school's Valentine's Day party. It was still 2 weeks away, but it couldn't come soon enough for Sister. He's stacking his blocks, doing his cards, and she's making valentines. It may be cold outside, she sighed, but Valentine's Day makes me feel all warm and cozy inside. Oh, yuck, said Brother. What a little love bug. A love bug, said Sister. That's a great idea. I'm going to sign all my Valentines from the love bug. She began to sign her Valentines that way and added a cute little picture of a heart-shaped ladybug to each one. How cool is that? She said, from the love bug, and drew a little heart-shaped ladybug. Mush, muttered Brother. Actually, he rather enjoyed getting Valentines from some of the girls in his class, but he wasn't going to admit it, especially the Sister. See all the hearts. Thinking of hearts. And look, they have a fireplace in their house. And speaking of love, said Mama, here's a letter from Cousin Cora. It says she's getting married on Valentine's Day. Married, said Sister, on Valentine's Day? Are you going to the wedding? We certainly are, said Mama. We're all invited. In fact, she asked you to be her flower girl. Me? A flower girl, she said. I've always wanted to be a flower girl. She felt she had hit the love bug jackpot. Jackpot. Look at that. She's thinking of the flowers, all the little heart-shaped ladybugs. Things began to happen in the Bear family's treehouse over the next 2 weeks. Wedding things, packages began to arrive. Are we expecting anything from the bridal shop? Asked Papa, answering the door. Sister and Mama both came running. Yes, we are, they called. So they got a box from the bridal shops. They'd come running. It was Sister's dress for the wedding. Oh, isn't it beautiful, she said. You're going to be the loveliest flower girl ever, said Papa. For a little love hug, Valentine's Day wedding was even better than a school Valentine's Day party. Look at her pretty dress. There's what she was thinking about, the school Valentine party. For days, Sister studied wedding books and magazines. She brought one to the dinner table one evening. The flower girl is one of the most charming traditions of the formal wedding, she read, taking her place in the procession. See, they're sitting down eating dinner. Oh, look, right in the middle of their table, they have honey. They have food on their plates, and there she is. She's looking at her bride book. How cute, said Papa. You've even studied how to be a flower girl. But Mama was thoughtful. It was fine for Sister to take an interest in being a flower girl, but weddings are a pretty grown-up thing. Maybe Sister should be paying more attention to the cup things, like the school Valentine's Day party. So here's Mama. She's thinking of the school Valentine party. Besides reading about weddings, Sister talked about them. In fact, she didn't talk about much else. She talked about flowers and invitations, cakes and table settings, makeup and wedding gifts, and more. One night, Mama overheard Sister talking on the phone with her friend, Lizzie Brunn. Look at that. She's thinking of the cakes and the flour and the invitations and table settings. Of course, said Sister, Cousin Cora was going to marry that insurance salesman from Gazelleville. But they had a big fight, and now she's going to marry this fellow from Big Bear City. Said Mama to herself. Gossiping about Cousin Cora breaking up with the insurance salesman from Grizzlyville was definitely not a Cub thing. Mama decided it was time to have a little talk with Sister. So there she is talking on the phone. There's Mama. My dear, said Mama, when Sister was off the phone, I know that being part of a wedding is a very grown-up and exciting thing. But I also know that Cousin Cora would be disappointed to learn you were gossiping about her after asking you to be her flower girl. Sister's eyes widened. I never thought of that, she said. I won't do that anymore, Mama. I don't want to hurt Cousin Cora's feelings. Mama smiled and gave her a hug. That's my little love bug, she said. So she just had to talk to her, and then she says, okay. I like all the hearts. In fact, Sister added, this wedding thing has been taking up an awful lot of my time. I haven't even finished my Valentines for the school party. That's really important. I think I'll go work on them right now. After all, Valentine's Day is just a few days away. So she's running off to start for her Valentines. Sister's Valentines were soon ready, but there was one more thing to do before the wedding, a rehearsal to make sure things went smoothly. So there she is. She's finished all of her love bug Valentines. Here come all the people. They got to rehearse the wedding. There's the pastor at the church. So if you look all the way up, see, here's the church. If you look all the way up, you see the steeple of the church, and you see the cross right there. Cousin Cora, her fiancé, family, and friends were gathered at the chapel in the woods. Miss Gazelle was in charge. At first, things didn't go too well. Some folks didn't know what to do, but Sister knew her role perfectly. It seemed that if a little flower girl can do the march properly, said Miss Gazelle, then you ushers and bridesmaids ought to be able to do the same thing. Mama and Papa were very proud of their little flower girl. So she said, if she can do things right and she's listening, then you guys need to be listening. So this will go well. Valentine's Day came at last, and the school party was a great success. Sister's love bug signature was a big hit. Bill Gazellewald gave her a nice card with lots of hearts and flowers. Sister had a little crush on him, but she wasn't going to admit it, especially to him. Sister had such a wonderful time at the party, she lost track of time. So there she is. She got a special Valentine at school. Right here, Bear Country School. Hey, love bug, said Brother, packing up his school things. It's time to get going. Huh? Said Sister. Why? She was busy talking to Billy Griswold. There's this thing called a wedding, said Brother. The wedding, said Sister. I almost forgot. Come on. We've got to get ready. So they're running home. A little later, the Bear family arrived at the chapel in the woods. They joined their other wedding guests going inside. Sister and the bridesmaid gathered at the door, and Miss McGriz guided them to their places. Sister looked down at her new dress. It looked a little wrinkly, but before she had time to worry about it, the wedding march started playing, and she found herself walking down the aisle. She tossed flowers from her basket as she marched. 1, 2, 3, toss. 1, 2, 3, toss, she whispered to herself. See, there's her basket, little flower petals. The bride followed and joined the groom. Preacher Brown began the service. Dearly beloved, we gather here for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and health. Sister felt a lump in her throat. Talk about feeling all warm and cozy inside. At last, the preacher said, I now pronounce you bear and wife. You may kiss the bride. A tear came down the eye of the little Valentine love bug. But Brother Bear just sighed. Mush, he muttered. How nice, nice book. Just click the link below, homeschoolforlife.org, for more books and resources. Thank you.